Tell you what, she's a wet morning this morning. I'm out at Gunbower, not far from home. Needed to get away. All the renovations and stuff are happening. A lot of stuff happening at home. Just wanted to get away and get out the bush for a couple of days and spend some time out here. The fire ban, not fire ban, but the fire burn off period has ended where we are here. And what that means is we can't actually light a fire now if the wind is above 10 kilometres an hour. And the irony of this happening is when that notification came through, because we've got a couple of burn piles at home that I still wanted to burn off, but it's too late in the year now. But the notification came through and said no more burning off. If you've got a fire, put it out. If you've got a fire, if you want to light a fire, it's got to be under 10 kilometres an hour wind, which today is. So it's fine, but yesterday was like gusty, then calm, then gusty, then calm. So technically yesterday I couldn't have had a fire. But the irony in how that notification came through was we'd had about 2 weeks of rain. All the paddocks were very wet, and it was actually raining at the time. It said, put your fires out. You've got to think, who the hell is making these decisions? I've been out here using that Ozpig. I've got to tell you, like, there's a couple of guys that said, they've had their time, they're no good anymore. I don't know, I've used it a few times now. I use it at home quite a bit in the barbecue shed, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. At the moment, if I had a regular fire, it was out here, I wouldn't be able to do it because the wind yesterday was gusting, so I'd be breaking the rules. But with this thing here, it's sitting underneath the awning. They've got a little kink in the chimney to get it out from the awning. It's quite nice. I really like it. Yeah, that notification came through and I kind of thought, that's ridiculous. There's no danger at all. In saying that, a few weeks prior to this even stopping, there was actually a couple of bushfires out here, somewhere, near the cemetery track, I think. And that was pure neglect. Like, I don't think that would have been lightning strikes or anything like that because we're so low, and I don't think... We had a bit of a late run on moisture and rain in winter. So when that alert came, or the notification came through saying that you can't burn off anymore, I was kind of like, what? That doesn't make sense, man. But anyway, it is what it is, and you kind of got to think like, well, why is that happening? Like, it seems almost like safety is being managed by a spreadsheet somewhere. That's what it seems like to me. When it first happened, I got to thinking, like, who's making these decisions? And it's probably a bureaucrat somewhere. It's probably someone who has been in that position forever and a day, or they've been in the public service sector forever and a day, and it's just a bureaucratic mess. It's not. No one's out here on the ground going, this is what needs to happen. I think that's the case everywhere. And I got to looking at the people in government. It doesn't matter what flavour of government, it doesn't matter what level of government. It seems to me that the people who are in charge of all these portfolios, all the premier or prime ministers for these matters, they've got no qualifications whatsoever to manage anything that they're managing. What I mean is, you would think that a minister for agriculture would have some sort of background in farming. No. You would think that the person who is in charge of our roads infrastructure in Victoria would have some sort of qualification about, planning or engineering or something like that. No, in fact, I don't think that person has any qualifications whatsoever besides being in the public sector forever and a day. No qualifications. The Premier of Victoria, you would think that this person would have some sort of business management degree. No, her, like many others in her cabinet, they have freaking arts degrees. How that prepares you for this and doing the sort of job that you got to do is beyond me. Incidentally, you see this is shady gear. This is very cool. Like literally, yesterday when I pulled up, it was getting warm, and the flies were going, and I set this up and it was a good 5-ish, probably even more degrees cooler in there than what it was around the other side where there was no shady gear. Bloody good bit of kit. I'll end up using this for a while longer and review it and tell you more about it. With those lack of qualifications, when you look at the Parliament's website of Victoria, for example, you read through what these ministers stand for, and there is just so much about social justice and treaty and all this sort of business. Like, the core stuff is not being done anymore. It's all about social awareness and shit. It's just, do your basic stuff first, then you can polish your turd over there somewhere else. Like, do the basics first, I think. Because some of the rules that are being made that affect us, that affect the people on the ground, just don't make sense. And when you watch these people in their jobs, whether it's federal government and question time because they act like friggin' kindergarten children, or it's state government and they're doing some sort of inquiry, and in Victoria it seems to be that I don't recall, that mind you, I think that's on the Liberal side as well, the federal government side, but like down here, Dan Andrews mastered that. I don't recall who did that, and now with the amount of money and being spent on different projects, I don't recall who did that. It's just nuts. Anyway, I'm ranting too much. Anyway, back to the fire. I've been using this Ozpig now for a while, and I'm pretty bloody happy with it. Underneath here, it's actually working really well with that kink in the chimney, if you like, in the flue. It's pretty bloody good. It's nice and toasty in under here. I really do rate this. I brought this out here because of the whole 10 kilometers an hour thing. Like if it was any risk at all, I could shut this down pretty quickly and put it out. Whereas a big fire, a big open fire, you're going to struggle a bit harder to get that put out quickly if you needed to. So I'm going to keep using this. I quite like it. I'm sitting underneath my awning, right next here to the Ozpig, and I'm nice and toasty. It's out of the rain. It's good. It's definitely got its place. I think when it comes to a fire, when you're camping, like you can definitely go out bush, boil up water, cook your meals, do all that sort of stuff without striking a match. These days you can do that. You've got solar, lithium, induction cooking. You've got all those things that you can do this stuff with. And somebody made a comment in a video fairly recently. I think it might have been the video where I used the rice cooker and stuff. And the comment, somebody made a comment along the lines of, you're bringing everything with you. And I get that. I totally get that argument. Everyone camps differently. It doesn't really matter how you camp. If you come out here and camp, you come out here and camp. How you or anyone else does it is basically no one else's fucking business. You do it the way you want to do it. But somebody made a comment in response to that comment, and it was along the lines of, if you have a fridge in your car, you can no longer talk. If you're not carting everything around in esky and ice, basically shut up. You've got no leg to stand on. And I kind of get that too. Like if you bring any mod con, it doesn't matter how many mod cons, bring a mod con or don't bring a mod con. My point is, camp however you want to bloody well camp. And I think this here is a pretty good setup, I think. Now, along with all of this, it's not like this is actually quite good. I was boiling water on it this morning to wash and to do dishes and stuff. Cooked dinner on it, cooked breakfast on it. It's a good setup. I really like it. But anyway, the point that I'm raising is a fire is not just about utility. It's not just about cooking. It's not just about boiling water. It's not just about any of that. I think it's about something far more tribal, if you like, than that. It's about something more older and more grounded about anything like that. There are times where I've been out bush with other people and gone, why on earth are we having a fire right now? It's middle of summer. And I remember it was with Ed. We went down to the Murray River somewhere, near Cobram, I think it was. And we're on a sandy beach and they had a fire set up. And I'm like, it is not remotely cold. And I cooked what I needed to cook on my gas cooker on the camper trailer. But once it got dark, the fire was lit in the sandy beach, and we all sat around the fire and just shot the shit. There is something much more grounding about the fire from a social and human aspect than just cooking and boiling water. You have probably been there too. Out bush camping and you think, I don't need a fire, but you still build a fire. With Ozpig, if I was out here just for a day, just one night, I probably wouldn't use it, to be honest. It's a bit to set up, but I'm here for a few days, so it just makes sense. Like you're probably the same, well, you're potentially the same. If you're intending to go to one spot for a longer period of time, you may set more things up just to be more comfortable for a longer period. If I was out here for just one night, I wouldn't do ground sheets. I probably wouldn't do the Ozpig. You get where I'm going. Have you ever gone camping and not had a fire at all? Like, even when there was no fire bans or anything like that on? I can't think of a time that I've ever done that, like light the fire. Because it's like, as they say, it's the bush TV, like sit there watching the fire at night. Everyone does it. I think the main problems come when people just don't do the right bloody thing. We've had a couple of fires out here, and I don't think it was from lightning strikes. It's going to be from campers who haven't put the fire out, or they've left the fire going and gone off and done something else, come back and half the bush is burnt. It's those dickheads that are causing the problem. But I'm just not sure, what do you do about that? I think human nature, or certainly the way we are now, I don't know, when I go camping, I see someone pull up near me, I'll go and say g'day. But does everyone do that or not? I don't know. But if you do, like, and they leave they're about to leave and the fire's going, do you say something? What do you do? I think you should say something. I think you need to say something, because the people who are in charge of this shit, they've got arse degrees. You're on the ground, you're out there now. If you see someone leaving a campsite and the fire's not out, either put it out yourself or go and get them to put it out. You're probably going to get some pushback on people who don't do the right thing. It's up to you. You know your situation better than I do. But I think we all have that responsibility. If someone else is doing the wrong thing, you either fix it for them or get them to fix it. Don't leave it be.